Hi, ladies. Welcome back. I'm going to get right into the video. I want to talk to you all today about some premarital woes. Some premarital woes. And I'm sure you ladies can relate to these three. I'm going to be three that I'm going to share with you. Um, and how to deal with them. Okay? How to deal with these things without getting offended and reacting out of offense to the people who challenge us. Well, the first one is actually, this is going to be the most important. In my opinion, this is the most important. Resist the temptation to go your own way and not remain fully persuaded in your convictions to do what you've been called to do. So what I'm saying you should do is to remain fully convicted and persuaded in what God has called you to do. You got to stay focused on that. I know we say, yeah, we know that, but we get distracted. Okay? With tears in your eyes, you know, even if you don't fully understand, I'm going to bring some relevance to this through the next two things that I share with you. And I'm looking down at my notes, okay? And if you have a broken heart from some of the things that life has dealt to you, in regard to relationships, still remain grounded and fully persuaded in what God first told you to do. Still stay true to that. Um, when you believe you've heard God on something or somebody and it wasn't it, don't get distracted and start focusing so much to the point where you're idolizing relationships or the possibility of getting married someday. Don't let that be your main focus. Let what God first told you to do, or what he called you to do in general and period, what he called you to, let that be your main focus. And have the courage to walk it out even while you may be hurting. Okay. Amen. So I'm going to move to the next one. Next one is guard your heart. Even if you've heard from God and it seems you came close to dating or even marrying a potential, keep your eyes open. God will never override a person's will. I want to share a story with you very, very quickly. There was this guy who I had met like 4 or 5 years ago, and we're acquainted now. But over the last couple of years, I felt like I believe that the Lord was getting my attention about this man. Well, he deals with me heavily in the dream realm, right? And he's giving me, I'm like, I don't see it. I don't think that me and this person are, meant to be. And I'm having all these dreams about him, right? So there's just one dream that really got my attention because we have a lot in common, me and him. And I have to tell you this part. We're both artists, we're both writers. And in this dream, he invited me out to this art gallery, this art museum. Long story short, this happened in real life. He ended up doing that. He ended up really inviting me to this place. And before going out with him, and I won't give all the details on the dream, I could get into it, y'all, but this video would be very long. But in the dream, we were like one person. We understood each other so well. I mean, it was like this telepathic communication was happening. And there was a lot of communication happening in the dream, but there was no talking. It was as if we were one person, right? So I was like, that's awesome to be able to connect with someone like that. And so he ended up inviting me out for real without me even telling him about this. I haven't told him about this dream to this day. He ended up inviting me out, and then I prayed in regard to the first thing I told you, staying true, fully persuaded of who I am, the relationship I have with the Lord. I prayed and I said, if this date is not supposed to happen, then Lord, don't let it happen. I said, I know what I saw in the dream. I know what you told me. I said, but if for whatever reason, and I'm not seeing everything like I should, don't let it happen. And it did not happen, y'all. Dude left. And I was like, Lord, why did that happen? Why did he not show up? And he said he was afraid. So, long story short, I ended up talking to the guy. He wanted to explain himself. He wanted to apologize for not, and he told me that that's what happened. He was afraid. So guard your heart. The way that I chose to guard my heart was to say, Lord, if this is not for me, you take it away from me. You take it. Don't let it happen. Don't let the date happen. Don't let nothing get started to where my emotions get involved. All right. And so, yeah. And after that, he wanted to ask me to out again, and I told him, I was like, nah. I said we can go to church. How about that? I said that, and I said we can go do that. I said because clearly, I don't think you're ready for all that. So that's what we ended up doing. That was the second one, y'all. Guard your heart no matter how you're feeling or what you heard from God, because he'll never override another person's will. No matter what prophetic word you got, he's not going to override another person's will. And I hope this video is not all over the place. Amen. Number 3, be careful who you share your dreams with. And I love saying this. Don't cast your pearls before swine. Amen. Matthew 7:6. Or they will trample them under feet. Will they not? And then they'll turn and attack you. Tear you to pieces. This is from Jesus' Sermon on the Mount. Do not give what is holy to the dogs, nor cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under feet, then turn and tear you to pieces. How many times have you shared your heart as a single woman who is marriage-minded with someone who is married or just doesn't care, and they just tore it to pieces? They didn't hear your heart at all, and that hurt you. You weren't being naive. This is something that you were really dealing with. You had this inclination, you've been praying about it, and it's like they just throw it in the trash. I encourage you this year and beyond, take them pearls. I always say clench your pearls tightly. Take those desires, those deep desires, and all those prayers, and that hope that you have for one day having your own family, because some of y'all don't just want a man, you want children. Take those pearls and give them back to the one who gave them to you. Give them to God for safekeeping until that thing comes to full fruition in your life. And you do someday have and then you can invite them to the wedding. Amen. All right, y'all. That's it. And by they, I mean all those people you love who trampled your pearls. Amen. So that's it. That's the end of this video. As I said, I hope it wasn't all over the place, y'all. I'm new to this recording videos and things, so I'll let me know how I'm doing in the comments, and let's engage in a dialogue. Go ahead and like and subscribe. All right. Every Sunday coming at you, I have another page. It's called Dr. Robin N. Dr. Robin N. But the theme of the page is Scribe Tribe. It's for creatives and primarily writers. Okay. So you can subscribe to that page as well. All right. Y'all have an amazing, magnificent week. And I will see you, or you'll see me rather, next Sunday. Bye-bye.